Dollywood, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. This is Clay with the Pennsylvania Roller Coaster Club, and we're about to go on a journey from worst to first with the roller coasters here at Dollywood. Now, this park has a pretty interesting history, and to be honest with you, I think it has a pretty interesting present. But let's start back in the beginning. So in 61, this place opened up called Rebel Railroad, and it was essentially just a single attraction coal-fired steam train. And the attraction got renamed in 1970 to Gold Rush Junction. And they opened up a few other things, supposedly. Not exactly sure what. But in 75, the park got purchased by Hirsch and Family Entertainment. And that's really when things started to get interesting. So in 76, they tried to piggyback off the success of the park in Branson, Missouri. And they renamed this park Silver Dollar City. So, Hershend was doing its thing and making improvements structurally and just in general. And in 1986, Dolly Parton became a co-owner, and the park was renamed Dollywood. That is really when things started to heat up. So at that point, they had only had one self-built ride that you considered a roller coaster, and, to this day, I'm not even 100% sure if it is really a roller coaster. More of like, an enclosed dark ride, but, it was revolutionary for the park, and it's really what started it all. But once Hershend finally started to get a real game plan as to what they were going to do with this property, what it became is remarkable. Number 10, Whistle Punk Chaser. Now, guys, this is a 2017 kids coaster, and actually pretty smooth. Most of these newer Zamperlas, for the most part, are pretty darn smooth. A pretty comfortable ride, even for the adults. Moving on, number 9, Blazing Fury. Now, this is that ride, the self-built ride that I was talking about. I can't help but think that this was a little bit inspired by maybe some of the creative builds that were being done by CCI, Custom Coasters International at that time, for a handful of parks throughout the country. But Blazing Fury is a great job by them for doing it in-house, and, like I said, it set the bar. Number 8, Dragonflyer. Now, not a fan of the old SLCs. However, this new one, it's really, really fun. It's a great ride. And the fact that it has to be so low on this list drives me nuts, because at most parks, this is easily a top 5 ride, even with it being a kids coaster or a junior coaster, a family coaster, whatever ridiculous moniker you want to give it today. It's a roller coaster. Number 7, Mystery Mine. So Mystery Mine, in my opinion, gets the edge over something like Dragonflyer for a handful of reasons. So it does have some historical value, being in one of the earliest Eurofighters in the U.S. at least, and additionally, it's pretty good still. Has a couple different lift hills. It's a very long ride. Dollywood really went all out theming this, and they spent a bunch of money. But I get it, and I understand why. It is a good payoff, and it's a great ride. It's something that I look forward to riding every single time that we're there. And I have to assume, if you're watching this, you probably enjoy it too. Is it getting a little old? Are there a couple rough spots? Is there a pothole? Yeah, but it's awesome. Number 6, Fire Chaser Express. This just keeps impressing me more and more. Gerstlauer really is doing a nice job with some of these supposed, again, family coasters. This is a great ride, and it's really a great ride to introduce launches to the younger generation, if you will, or the kids who are planning to go and ride something with a little bit more of a punchy send to it, this is a great way to get kids used to that sensation. And for adults, man, this ride is wicked. It really is. I have a blast riding this thing. And yeah, I wish we had one of these a little bit closer to us than having to go all the way to Dollywood. But, I mean, check out some of the scenery here. I mean, this is awesome. It's just awesome. I don't know why this gets the hate that it does, or should I say, does not get the respect that it deserves. Moving on, number 5, Wild Eagle. Now, some of you may have this rated a little bit higher. If you do, I do not mean to offend you. Now, I'm going to try to offend some people, and I'm going to say that, keep in mind, guys, Wild Eagle technically is a hypercoaster, and 210 feet tall is 210 feet tall. Terrain, no terrain, it doesn't matter. 210 feet tall is 210 feet tall. Now, the irony of this is we all bicker back and forth what constitutes a hyper, what constitutes a giga, but what I don't think anybody disagrees on is that this is probably the worst B&M wing coaster in America. And I mean, it's still a great ride. I'm not saying by any imagination that it's not a good ride. But it's not number 4, Big Bear Mountain. Now, this is awesome. This is the first ride that I had ridden with active working onboard audio. A first for me. I loved it. I thought it really added to the ride in a big way, too. I was very surprised by how much I enjoyed the onboard audio. So, yeah, I hope that other ride manufacturers kind of get into this groove. I thought that it was neat to kind of help build anticipation of what might be coming in the layout. And yeah, it added a different psychological element, because your mind wants to play tricks on you based on what's going on. Listening to the speed of the music or the intensity of the person that's speaking to you through the onboard audio. It brings something different to the ride. And this thing is absolutely glass smooth. Now, nothing crazy elemental-wise. It's actually pretty boring layout-wise. Just some bank turns and doing some things quickly in a few launches, but still, great ride. Number 3, Tennessee Tornado. Some people are going to be thinking that I'm absolutely insane for having this ride at number 3 in this park, but listen, I grew up as an Aero baby, I mean, Aero was the pinnacle of roller coaster engineering, in my eyes, at least growing up, and remained that for a handful of years. I remember being sad when they had finally went out of business, and but hey, we still have Tennessee Tornado, and it's a masterpiece. Number 2, Lightning Rod. Oh boy, let the hate continue. But listen, guys, I'm just speaking the truth. Yeah, I've ridden this a handful of times, and either I've never gotten a good ride on it, even though I've had morning, afternoon, and night, or it's just not as good as everybody thinks that it is. Now, I know that back in the day where this used to get shot up over, and, that it used to be great. And it probably was significantly better, because I'm sure the pacing in turn would be a lot better. But what I rode was something with a pretty cool layout that was short, and unfortunately, it just kind of plotted its way through the layout. Nothing with aggression or excitement. It was just slow. Number 1, Thunderhead. So the last time that I was here, I was there with K-Dog. And We probably rode Thunderhead, I don't know, 7 or 8 times in the span of 45 minutes. Now, the crazy thing is, the park was absolutely jam-packed. The other crazy part was this had just been retracked the season before. Or should I say the off-season prior. And it was running incredible. Arguably as good, if not better, than when it was first built. It was amazing in every sense of the word. Our night rides literally left us speechless in the last row. What a phenomenal ride, phenomenal experience. One of the best Woodies in the world, easily, when it's running like this. And every other line, 45 minutes to an hour. But, man, 5-minute waits for what's the best ride in the park. But yeah, guys, if you enjoy content like this, if you enjoy our videos, they do take some time to make it and work through. So if you could give us a like and subscribe, we would be greatly appreciative. It's a great way to say thank you to us. Now, if you disagree with me, which I'm sure that you do, especially on this one, please feel free in the comment section below. Let me know where I got it wrong. Let me know how you rate the coasters at Dollywood, and am I crazy for having Tennessee Tornado all the way up at 3? Am I being a little too hard on Wild Eagle, having it fall all the way down to number 5? Do you agree with me that this year, 2023, the best ride in that park is Thunderhead? And quite frankly, I would challenge any enthusiast to have ridden Lightning Rod and then ride Thunderhead right after it and try to look me in the eyes and tell me the Lightning Rod's better, because it isn't. But hey, that is just one man's opinion. And actually, it's K-Dog's opinion too. We unanimously agreed on that one. We will see what Lightning Rod is like next year with the new lift. Till next time, guys, we'll see you out there.